Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty crazy news when it comes to YouTube and YouTube itself. Now, as you guys do or do not know, YouTube as a company is, well, a company. They have a chance to go and serve things like ads and an actual video itself. They also have other different types of things, such as YouTube Red. They have things like subscriptions and channel memberships, and on top of that stuff, they're just, well, a general big company. But one of the biggest things out there is they make a lot of money off of ads and also doing the tie-in with Google to go and basically have, like, old school, like, let's say, viewer records and having the information to know which ads to go and serve to you and basically make their profit from that. But apparently right now, as of today, there's a huge drama that came out where YouTube actually might be in a massive drama, potentially worth billions upon billions of dollars, and as well as just a very concerning thing to see for the future of a lot of YouTube content creators, and as well for YouTube profitability, everything else in between. So I'm going to go talk about this because it's kind of more of a breaking news story that the Wall Street Journal just reported on. I also have a really cool Twitter thread to kind of go and highlight up all the actual talk and discussion on it, and I want to hear your thoughts and comments on it down below. Now, this may or may not be a kind of a good thing, maybe for consumers, maybe because you may have like more slightly better served ads, but as well, maybe on the secondary thing might be really awful for creators, basically maybe not having a chance to make enough money as they possibly can, or as well, they might not have a chance to even have as many ads, or maybe advertisers may pull out, or also might have like a way lower CPM. Now, as you guys probably know, I do more YouTube for fun, although I wouldn't mind ever doing this more in the future if you guys liked it. Although I'd always say I want to kind of step up my content on my videos themselves a bit more. But either way, it's kind of a crazy story nonetheless. So make sure you guys are subscribed, get your thoughts and comments down below with the Twitter and Twitch room too as well. Follow the Amazon links too for all the consoles, and let's dive into the video. So first and foremost, the really big issue over here is that YouTube, like I said, makes most of their money off of ads. So the Wall Street Journal is reporting that around 80% of the ads that YouTube serves across the web have somehow now violated a massive, huge terms of service issue, and then are also therefore subject to refunds, as well as also the fact that they also may then have issues with them trying to hosting up future ads in the first place. So this was a devastatingly huge deal, and basically they could potentially be losing millions upon billions of dollars when it comes to all of these big issues too as well. So I'm going to kind of highlight some of these and kind of get my thoughts. Saying Google has apparently never been weaker than it has been right now. I'm going to be a little bit on the somewhat skeptical side because, well, just Google has such a massive monopoly when it comes to actual user base. Money in terms of actual ad servicing, if you can't like make money off that, sure, I can understand how that's an issue, but I would go and say right now it's still big business, although this is a big thing to know. They're saying that their ad search business, which is the main source of money, has been taking apparently since ChatGPT, and they're facing as of now 2 antitrust, basically anti-monopoly lawsuits. Now as well, there's a brand new one where they're kind of basically getting caught into a multi-billion-dollar scam apparently, where they're basically not serving as many ads out there as you'd probably go and expect. So they go and say, let me explain the scam itself. So advertisers pay YouTube good money to run their ads on before or during a YouTube video. So you guys have probably maybe seen an ad when you guys clicked on this, or just in general, or whatever it might be. But sometimes YouTube apparently has been running these ads on embedded third-party websites. And basically what happens with that is that it's not fully servicing these ads, and they're not giving them like a proper ad workflow. Now, I don't necessarily mind, because as a consumer of, say, YouTube, and I'm watching a random video on like a random, say, article or whatever, I don't think I necessarily mind that much. I mean, because like it's whatever. Like if you want to make it work, like maybe just go into the actual, just make it good, like make it work. That's fine. Like I'm not Google, I don't really care that much about this. But if you want to serve an ad, which is fine, it's just free content, I don't mind ever watching ads, whatever. But one of the big things to know is that, well, like you got to make it right, you got to serve it right. So apparently, as they have all these weird embedded type of things on separate, like say like a Reddit, or say like a Twitter, or say in any other various type of platform you may go play, Discord or text message app or Telegram or whatever it might be, you may just not be actually seeing the proper ads right, or they may preload wrong, or they might be unskippable. Like just a lot of really issues where it's just not fundamentally good on these embeds type stuff. And I'm sure if you guys have ever sent a video on Facebook, sent a video on, like I said, on Reddit, maybe even to your friends or text messages or Discord or whatever, it kind of goes and affects it through this one too as well. So the third-party websites and mobile apps are called Google Video Partners, and then Google positions these sites as equivalent to the YouTube ad experience, as of like they're basically saying that the ads are on, the sounds are on, everything's skippable too as well, and all these ads are basically working normally. Now, this is where kind of YouTube's getting some kind of hot drama, because apparently these ads are just not, number one, being serviced well, and number two, just not good. Like they're not necessarily good ads at the end of the day. It's kind of like if you have like a random billboard, and you're supposed to maybe have it on the highway. So as you're driving going to work, you're supposed to be having a lot of folks seeing this billboard. But for some odd reason, now there's a massive tree in front of the billboard. So people maybe see like maybe a little smidgen of it, like a corner of it, or like 10% of it, or like maybe like a random arm just barely outside of the view, but you're not really seeing the full-on ad or what you're trying to market and promote. So obviously, as you're yeah, like you lock into the contract, you'll sit there and be like, oh, okay, like, yeah, sure, I'll pay for this billboard, aka this YouTube ad. And then after about a year, you go and finally drive by this because you just don't usually go there, just assume it's gonna be working. And then you see a massive tree in front of it. And you go and hit them up and be like, hey, yo, in our contract, they said it's going to be like seeable, we'll get business and all of that. And for some odd reason, no one can even see my ad in the first place. No one can actually even see what I'm seeing in general. So what do you want to do? You want to get a refund, which is basically kind of where the legality for this is supposed to be in the first place. So as they go and say the advertisers are paying for, obviously sound on. If you're playing a video, you want to play an ad, you want them to see it. I want to see fully viewable, kind of like my random, really weird billboard example, which I thought was kind of a good one on the top of the fly, just saying. And also apparently skippable, so sometimes they have the ad specifically made and also cheaper for a 5-second ad. It's like, go to IHOP, we love IHOP, and there's like the 20 seconds of video going and showing like pancakes. You know, whatever it be. So if you want to skip, you can. If you like seeing it, you can go for it. Or like a movie trailer, like, oh my God, Spider-Man's back. Okay, cool, Spider-Man's back. And then now you watch the rest of the trailer. But what they're actually getting most of the time, which is why they have like a big liability and lawsuit, is it actually might be muted. So basically some of these things might just not even be working. So like you just don't even hear the audio. So it's not, you don't hear the I'm going to go to IHOP or IHOP's back. It's just nothing. And they also have auto plays video off on the side. So sometimes they'll just not even show the video, or it's like small in the bottom right, and they're basically paying for video views that aren't really being noticed. Or as well, it's unskippable, and then some people are like, well, I don't even want to sit through this random 7-minute ad, so clearly I'm just going to click off the video, or click off the website, or click off the tweet, or whatever it might be. Like, just, I wouldn't want to watch a 7-minute ad, whatever. You do like a 5-second ad that you could skip, sure, that's fine, I don't mind. Like, I'll watch a lot of YouTubers that they have ads I don't mind watching. It just supports the content for free. You don't miss any content, whatever. Things on like Twitch and live streams, though, I don't really like, because then you lose stuff on like a live content. It's not cool. But apparently all this has been ongoing since at least 2020, maybe even earlier. So a lot of folks actually are going to maybe be upset about this, because a lot of folks are apparently overpaying. So they go and say, let's put this epic scam into some financial context. Advertisers have been paying $100 for ads that are worth only $5. So that means that Google's been charging them around 20 times the usual profit for these nearly worthless ads. So imagine you go and spend $100 and you basically get maybe like 20 cents worth of actual proper advertising because there's so many random issues and bugs. And you're going to sit there and be like, why is no one going to my website or product, or why did our movie flop, or whatever happened on this one? Why is our promotion going poorly? And then they go and see this, which also why I think a lot of folks have been pushing towards the content creator side because, well, duh. So basically now Google Ads appears to be doubling down on a very big lie that the overwhelming majority of ads are served on YouTube. But they apparently go and say that they find out every 1 out of every 2 ads are running not on the YouTube platform itself. So this is kind of like the big issue where it's like maybe on a weird website, or once again, like on a Reddit, on an embed, on Discord, on Twitter, or wherever people may go and post it. And throughout these embedded type of user things, they just don't get serviced ads. But it may also be saying that they were serviced ads too. Like it might get 50 million views on, let's say, Twitter. It goes viral. And then, well, maybe only because of the YouTube algorithm, maybe only 1 million people saw it on YouTube, but somehow there's ads service for 50 million people. Hopefully what I'm saying kind of makes sense on this. So they go now and go and say that basically Google Ads is like, yeah, there's something wrong. There's no issues with this at all. And then there's part 2 of this where it's like, well, these ads are maybe having issues. Who has a chance to go and see? Now, these are all kind of just based on like these all like internal investigations, and everyone else kind of knows this type of stuff, so it can kind of go either way, but it's kind of crazy to go and see. So they're going to go and say over here is like, what are these ads actually running? And they're apparently doing these on either disinformation outlets, pirated content, and other kinds of kind of just like free-loaded garbage when it comes to all these various things. So these video partner things might just be on completely horrible, like not really good servicing things, where some folks that are doing ads might have some issues with it. Now, this is not everyone. This is more so focused on the embedded side, not necessarily purely on YouTube. So if you're more of a YouTube user like me, it probably doesn't affect most folks or whatever. It actually might even be nice for some consumers, but it's kind of scary to go and see the future for something like YouTube and Google, because they may have to go and change up all the processes or how ads are served, or whatever it might go and be too as well. So I have a few things saying that there's a few marketers and agency folks quoted in the story as feeling cheated and concerns, but my favorite so far is the fact that they pulled this on the basically big guy over here too as well. So basically apparently they're trying to go push this even for some of the, what's it called, in terms of more of like the like Republicans and like of certain types of different demographics. So you know how some kind of audiences do that. Not to make this into a political thing, that's more so what they're kind of calling out to as well, where there is a chance that maybe they try to just serve it towards maybe a specific demographic that they may not necessarily like in the first place. So once again, not trying to make that political, just kind of using it as a reference for them as they kind of explained about it, and kind of using some of the various quotes too as well from Wall Street Journal. So right now it does kind of seem very scary because it seems like YouTube has a multi-billion-dollar issue, which may go and affect how they serve ads and kind of run ads, but as well, just maybe just not really good vibe to go and see this with big companies because they may not want to put as much money into YouTube. Like I said, I more so do YouTube for fun, but it's kind of thought this was a very intriguing financial issue, so I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below, as well as make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, swing by the Twitch stream if you guys are bored, link down below, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I have a lot more gaming news all tomorrow as well.